Gillian, I done the Access to Humanities course 2 years ago now. I think we were the last class to be in college for the whole time. I'm now just about in our third year of social work at Strathclyde.
I'm Annie. I've just finished Access to Humanities this year, and I'm going on to Glasgow University in September to study primary teaching. I think everyone starts the course, especially because as a group, I know certainly in my year, we'd all been out of education so long that everyone came into the course with this fear of failure. I think it was universal amongst everybody, but I think it became very clear very quickly just how much support was available as long as you were willing to ask for it. There was no one was unapproachable. You could have gone to any lecture on any class, and if you'd voiced your concerns and let them know you were struggling, then there would always be support available. And I think that became evident very, very early on in the course. And it calmed everyone down and made everyone kind of understand that as long as you put the work in and as long as you were open and honest with how you were coping with things, that success was a lot more possible than all of us thought it was at the start of the course.
I think for me, I took the jump from leaving employment to going back to education. So the fear of failure was definite. it was there because it's a massive step. It's a massive jump to go from one to the other, and in your head at the very, very start, before, I mean, even on that first day, you are sitting there going, oh, have I made the right decision? Is this right for me? Will I cope? Am I smart enough to pass the essays? And the maths, I've not done maths since high school. Do I even remember 2 + 2? There's just little things that they are in the back of your head, but I think the best help and the best support were the other people there for me. I had an amazing year group where all we did was bring each other up. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a couple of people that didn't really join in the togetherness, but you'll get that every year. But mostly we were all we've got this, you can do this. If we had any questions, we had a wee WhatsApp chat. So it would, any questions regarding any work get put in that, any fears, any worries or concerns. I think it's the usual fears, isn't it? It's the, can I do this? Am I able to do this? Will people like me? Like, it's the, will I get on with people? Oh my God, is there going to be arguments? Will there be wee cliques? Will I get left out? Will the work be too much? Well, I think one of the other ones was, will I understand the work? Understand the subjects? That was another big fear of mine. Because you've not been in school for so long. And yeah, it was that thought of, is it going to be like school? Is it going to be like high school, how I remember it? That was another one. But the fears soon leave you. Like, after the first couple of months, you probably forget how you felt on that first day. It all just goes. So if you're planning on doing the Access or any Access programme, my piece of advice before starting would be to have a quiet space. Make sure you've got, wherever it is in your home, a quiet space that you can do your reading, you can do your work, you can do your research, somewhere that's just for doing your college work. That made a massive difference to me. Is when I first started, I was sharing a dining room table in my living room with people trying to eat dinner and snacks, and I'm trying to read books and take notes. done no one any good. And then I got a desk and created a study space. And from then on, it was, if I was sitting at my study space, it was, don't talk to me. I'll get to you when I'm done. And that made a massive difference.
I think what Jill said is very important about having a dedicated space, especially for online learning, because I found if I thought I'm not sitting at my desk today, I'll take my laptop and I'll just sit on the sofa. I think being too comfy is not a benefit to you. I think you need to have that dedicated space where your mind is in, this is what I'm doing, this is me working, and not move around and think, oh, I'll be comfier sitting here for the day. You really need to make sure you're staying focused on, this is work time and this is when I sit and do that. I think it's an invaluable thing to have your own set college area, even if it's a tiny little area, just somewhere that you do your college work.
Start working on a daily schedule of, this is the time you get up, this is how long you spend doing a task, then you take a break, this is how long you spend doing something else, then you take a break, things like that. And then, so you're working your life, everything in your life, into a daily schedule.
Get used to reading. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't need to be anything educational. Just get your head in a book and get used to the process of reading again. And I really wish that I had done that during the summer. I think it would have made a big difference just to the start of the year.
Make sure you've got a laptop that works,
and
that's more up to date, that it can access everything, such as Zoom, which I learned very quickly that my old laptop was rubbish for that. Have a printer. A printer for me was massive. I love a bit of paper. So having the printer was really good, because sometimes having too much screen time to read things, so I like just having it on a sheet of paper. Things like a notebook for every different subject, but then I would also have another notebook for essay writing for that subject. I also had a notebook for general information.
And just on a very practical level, apply for your fees and your bursary and everything else as early as you can, because you don't want to delay these things and your bursary doesn't start till 3 weeks after you start college. See, just the paperwork side of things, as soon as you can, get it done.
I think another aspect which kind of helps you as well is knowing that, see, within the college, there's study skills. So if you feel that you might be struggling with how you word an essay, how you lay out an essay, even just wording the essay, there are the study skills is there to help you, along with if you're needing help with maths, or you're maybe just needing that additional boost for confidence in the work that you're submitting, then definitely highly recommend using the study skills section of the college. But I think with the lecturers are very open and honest with feedback. So if they feel that you're struggling in any way with with the work that you're handing in, they will tell you what it is that you're struggling with, and they will help you get the help you need in order to improve that. So it's just taking those fears away of the what ifs, like what if I fail? Well, there are loads of things there to help you that are designed to help you not fail. I think age helps a wee bit as well. See, being that little bit older, especially like that, having kids, having your own household, being through different things, especially when your kids are school age. Because as a parent, you're then getting into a playground and you don't know who these people are. You're then talking to other mums and making friendships and like even speaking to the teachers, so there's open communication. So you've then got that bit of confidence just through that to go into a whole new environment, to speak to others, and knowing that, anything, you're not worrying about what you're going to say or how you're going to be perceived, because you're there for a reason. So it's different being that little bit older and having different experiences.
Yeah, and being a bit older, you've taken the time and you've really considered what you're doing and why. So I think it just gives you a little bit more push to go in and get things done and really work hard for it. I don't think I would have had the dedication to the course if I'd done it like straight from school. I think especially after being a full-time mum for nearly a decade, it's done me, not just from going on to uni perspective, it's given me a lot of confidence in myself that I'm capable of doing these things. I think it's made a big difference to me as a person, not even just for the fact that I got into uni, but just that I've taken this year and done something that's been entirely for me. And it's been fantastic. I don't regret it in the slightest.